A hand exchange is the name we give to define dribbling behind your back in a way like a crossover where you actually dribble under your seat. Okay, there's lots of different ways to actually, go behind the back or dribble behind the back. So we've given this one the name of a hand exchange so that we can clearly communicate and define how we want you to dribble behind your back, which in this case means like a crossover, dribbling behind your back so the ball bounces behind you and under your seat. So let's dive into the details of the technique so you can learn to execute this specific type of ball handling. So in our universal stance, much wider than our shoulder width, sit down, let's get low, let's get athletic. Let's create that seat so we have somewhere to dribble and we have a ball path. All right, so start with our pound dribble. Now, in order to get to our hand exchange, we actually need to tap into another skill, which is that pocket dribble. So from this pound dribble where the ball's in front of me, the only way I have to get the ball back and to do a hand exchange is to pull the ball back to my pocket area. So right there, we kind of squeeze in a pocket dribble in between pound dribble and hand exchange. There's that pocket dribble. So I pull the ball back only to now execute something very similar to a crossover in order to dribble the ball behind my back with a hand exchange into the other hand. Now, what are the details here? A lot of players are gonna make this mistake. They're gonna pull the ball back and then they pop their hips up like this to then try and dribble like this behind their back. No, we don't wanna do that. We wanna maintain our low and athletic posture, keeping our hips down, our shoulders forward. What we have to do instead is after we pull the ball back, we need to snap this ball under our seat, which means my forearm is actually gonna make contact with my hip as I snap the ball underneath. Again, I'm trying to push that ball all the way through to the other side. Forearm hits my leg. My hand is actually able to grab my hamstring. That's the proper technique that we're looking for. So let's look at this in real time. Pull the ball back, hand exchange. The ball naturally comes back up to the pocket area, allowing me to push forward into the next dribble. Hand exchange, hand exchange, hand exchange. You'll see that ball is dribbling almost in the middle of my frame as I snap it back and forth. I never have to stand up. I've learned to be comfortable just snapping the ball underneath my seat using that ball path, ball naturally coming up into my pocket. The other part that you want to watch out for is make sure that you don't flick the ball from out here, as this usually causes the mistake of the ball bouncing up and hitting your seat and it doesn't actually make it through. So push the ball all the way through, snap it under your seat, let your arm hit the side of your leg, your hip, as you snap your wrist underneath your seat and exchange the ball back and forth behind your back. And that's how you execute a proper hand exchange.